What's going on, guys? Tywin here, bringing you a 5-1 on this 10,745 level shade, whatever he was. It's been a long ass time since I made a video, especially about Infinity Blade 3, like a real video with commentary. There's my stats. You can check them if you want. I'm actually underneath the 5-1 ratio, so we're all good. No potions. My goal right now is to try and 5-1 this entire level. So here's my equipment: Titan break and a Titan level to get the level to where I wanted. And I'm doing this old school style Infinity Blade 2 with just using one Titan break gem. So here we go. This is the shade. He's gonna use the same moves basically as he does in Infinity Blade 2 at the start of Sadie's Guarded, because we are fighting him using heavy, or he's heavy. Obviously we're using dual. So it's good to be back here on YouTube making a video. I've been having some family issues lately, and my life's been super busy. Have not been really able to make videos, so it's good to finally get this video out there to you guys. Hopefully there won't be such a huge break between this video and the next, but there's no guarantee of that whatsoever. This brought back some really good memories of the Infinity Blade 2 days, because in Infinity Blade 3 the club that I helped start is allowing 2 hex gems for the 5-1 fights. That still ends up being, even with 2 hex gems, it still ends up being like 7-minute fights, which are pretty decent length fights. But of course, those old school players who remember the 5-1s from Infinity Blade 2, you know, those are 10-minute fights or more. And of course, Infinity Blade 3 fucked everything up with all the skills that they added, so you can have second chance and ultimate magic and all that crap. But this 5-1, no second chance, no ultimate magic, no super even. Everything into attack. Magic we could use. Probably every 5-1 I do in this level won't have super. Actually, every 5-1 will not have super, because there's really no clean way for me to upgrade just the super stat without wasting points into shield. So no super. We don't really need it though, because we're that good. Hopefully I'll be able to do each 5-1 Infinity Blade 2 style with just the 1 hex gem. But yeah, we'll see. If I really get stuck on a character, maybe I'll pull out the Infinity Blade 3 rules and add another hex gem. But I'm going to try not to, because this is way more challenging to do it with just 1 Titan break gem, opposed to 2 or even 1 Titan break and a perfect parry stun, which is my favorite setup for the Infinity Blade 3 5-1s. Display recorder did freeze up a few times during this fight, but that's to be expected. I have it at a lower quality setting, so it doesn't freeze as much. But even with my 5S top-of-the-line processor, display recorder, just coupled with this level especially, just takes up so much processing power. It will freeze every now and then. I've really not been playing Infinity Blade 3 a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm kind of sick of it. It's just not fun. It's just not fun for me like Infinity Blade 2 was. I just don't have the motivation to really play it. I've been looking for other games to play. I'm gonna download Bastion, which is of course an older game, but is very highly rated, and it works with my Moga controller, which I've been playing a lot of Dead Trigger 2 with the Moga. Some Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Dead Trigger 2 is probably my favorite game right now. I'm really enjoying that. So I'll probably bring you some more videos on that here in the future. But I did download a game recently, and I haven't tried it yet. It's called I Gladiator. We'll see if it was worth the $3, but it uses mechanics very similar to Infinity Blade with a little free roam splashed into it, and you fight as gladiators. It's supposed to be a decent game, kind of cartoony graphics, so I'll bring a video of that soon once I try it out. There is supposed to be some player versus player type mode, which could be fun. I'll tell you guys if it's worth your $2.99 or if it's better just to crack it. I don't condone piracy, but you know, I know some of you guys are poor like myself, so sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do to play the latest iOS games. Anyway, we're slowly taking down Shade. We almost got him. Quite the grueling fight. It didn't take me too long because he's not too hard here. Whoa, almost got hit with using the heavy weapons. It's just he just fights like he does in Infinity Blade 2, maybe even a little slower. So what I'm really nervous about is when I get to the Bugashi and the MX Ninjas. Those bitches are fast, especially if they use dual. But even if they use light, they fight like Issa. Issa's light, and they have some tricky moves. So those ones are the only enemy I'm really worried about doing the 5-1 on. And maybe Leandra, she could be challenging. What's lucky about fighting Leandre, or whatever her name is, the boss of this level, is you only have to get her down to a certain health before the fight ends. So you don't even have to kill her all the way. Which makes our job a little easier, though she has some tricky moves as well. Nothing we can't handle, though. So if I can 5-1 this entire level, this being the first boss here, Shade, I will be able to have one bid on the Pantheon Club new house system. Grant No over on the Infinity Blade forums just added a new addition to the Pantheon Club. For those of you that don't know or are not on the forums or whatever, the Pantheon Club is like the top club of the Infinity Blade forums. Everyone who wants to join clubs eventually wants to get into that club. I know not everyone likes to do clubs. Some people think we're just elitist assholes who want to show off our skills, but really, that might be part of it, I guess, showing off our skills. But really, we just want to make the game challenging, and the Infinity Blade franchise has just gotten easier and easier every single iteration. When they first introduced the perks, I thought they were challenging. I was excited at the harder gameplay, but then bunch of players complained and they dumbed it down again. So that is why I join clubs and do different challenges, because it's the only way the game is fun for me anymore. Just overpowering all the characters isn't fun for me. I know it's fun for some people. They want to get, 128,000 Darkfire, or game the potion system so they can one hit every enemy, or beat a single clash round by themselves. And that's cool. If that's what you want to do and that's fun for you, then glitch to your heart's desire and do that. But that's not what's fun for me. What's fun for me is having a challenging fight where one hit will kill me and there's no room for error. That is the kind of fight that I like. And 5-1 ratio fights do that. They put you more at the level of the Titan, who, with your normal stat distribution, you can probably slice through like a hot knife through butter. So there's really no challenge. You don't really have to think. You can even get hit a couple times, and with second chance, getting hit is no problem. So that's why I do 5-1s. That's why we make clubs. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a really fun fight. A good way to ease into the level. Because the next, the further we get into the level, the harder the bosses we will fight. We'll run into the Bugashi, the MX ninjas, and the other ninja type enemies. I don't know all their names, but there you go. We beat Shade. We'll move on now to the next Titan, which I think is MX Hulk. And that will be the next video I bring you. He should be really easy to do 5-1. There he is there with the giant pillar. So until next time, this is Tywin. Peace.